Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Monday, time for a Facebook Live. Let me give everybody a minute to get notified that the video has started, and then we'll make a fun card. I think I've got it going here. There we go. So if you're joining us today, give me a thumbs up or a howdy so I'll know you're watching and that you can hear me and see me and whatever else. Hi, Leanne. It's good to see you here today. Not even sure what day it is. I think winter has gotten to my brain, so we'll just muddle through the day. So I hope most of you joined us on Saturday with Crazy Crafters. It was a fabulous day with so many people watching and commenting and great cards. I really enjoyed watching all the presentations, and we appreciate you joining us. So hopefully then if you watched, you saw that Cindy and Jamie used the Irresistible Blooms. And thank you, Leanne. It's Monday. I know. So Irresistible Blooms is a new online offering that starts May 1st. It won't be in the catalog, and it's only an online exclusive, and it includes these this stamp set, some matching dies, this really cool paper. We'll look at that and just, it's of course two-sided, so each side is different, and it's made to look like white heat embossing and then the ink smeared on it. I think that's why they call it Irresistible. Now, this is starting March 1st. You'll have to look online. You go to the shop and look under New, or I think it's called New, and you'll see this. You'll also see some other things. We don't know what those other things are. They haven't shared them with us because they weren't in the warehouse yet. Look at all these pretty papers. And this one I love. So there will be some other things. I know one of them is going to be a rhinoceros stamp and die, but other than that, we did get a sneak peek of that. And so lots of pretty papers. And there's also this paper. I don't think anybody shared it on Saturday, so let me get that. And it's part of this online exclusives. It's silver, looks like the woods, and it's just plain on the back. And then gold and ivory, very vanilla, and copper. So those three designs I have not used. I just opened it, that's it. I haven't done anything with it. So look for that on Wednesday. Go to New, the New button on the shop page, and you'll see, because we don't know what's going to be in there. Those embossing folders that I shared on Saturday will be in there, but other than that, it's all a secret to us. So we're going to use this. I think this is just stunning. So that's the paper we're going to use today. And we'll use some of the stamps and some of the dies. And I said I was going to show you how to make the pop-out card. Like I posted Saturday, this one. And when you open it, it pops out. And of course, it stands up, gives a nice look to your card. So this is Petal Park, or is that what it's called, Petal Park? And the gingham paper. And then I made an Easter one with the Easter Bunny punch. So I'm going to show you how this works. It's easy. That's what's so nice about this, is it's easy. Now the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut out some of the flowers. The dies cut these flowers. So that's a double bonus. So we're going to cut one large one and one small one. Trying to decide. I think that one, and then a small pink one. Yeah. So I want to be able to cut those at the same time, so we'll trim this. That way we'll be able to get them through the cut and emboss machine at the same time. I probably wouldn't normally do that, but I want to save a little time here for you. So thanks for joining us today, Polly and Cindy. Now, we do have to take a minute to line these up, but they're not too bad. It's pretty easy. And here's the, and I think they're probably fairly forgiving as far as if you line them up correctly or not, because they're kind of sketchy. Now we're going to cut out a couple leaves with Evening Evergreen. And I don't know where I put that little piece of paper. I'll find it in just a second. Oh, who knows where it is. We'll do this one first and then we'll find that paper. Oh, here it is, right on the floor. It's kind of been, like I said, very forgetful day. Now we have these leaves that look open, and then these tinier ones. We're going to cut all of those. So we'll run that through and our flowers, and we'll be ready. Don't forget that tomorrow is the last day of celebration, so if there's anything you want, go ahead and order. And I needed to check on this, but I wasn't really sure. But I had a customer place an order today, and she got the Dainty Flowers DSP that was sold out. So it might be back in stock for just a little while. So if you were wanting that DSP, you'll want to get your order in. When I saw it on her order and it didn't say out of stock, I was kind of surprised. Now we're going to go ahead and we'll just put all these pieces to the side, and we'll be ready to assemble our card. Except I forgot I wanted one more small. So we'll cut that in a minute. All these little pieces. So let me keep this small die here. And we'll die cut another one in just a minute. Gotta get all the papers out. And surprise, surprise, I'm using Petal Pink again today. You know, I think I said the other day that's not one of my favorite colors, but I've been using it a lot lately. So maybe it's a color I like. Now, let's see. Let's get the Easter card here. And you see, where you can choose for your front to have one layer, or where I just put the DSP right on the card front, or if you want 2 layers. On this one, I put an extra. You're going to die cut this, so if you do 2 layers, you do need to run that through the cut and emboss machine 2 or 3 times, and you might even need to turn it over and run it through one more time so that you get a nice cut, because it's kind of hard to cut 3 layers at one time. But today we're just going to use 1 layer. You also have the choice of leaving this white or vanilla, depending on your card, or you can add DSP. And since we all hoard DSP, you might as well use it. That's my thoughts. Just because. So we're going to adhere this pretty DSP to our Petal Pink card base. And you know, usually we'll just put some glue or tape around the outside edge, but because you're going to die cut this in the center, you do want to put some adhesive in the center so that your die cut opening doesn't peel away. I hope that makes sense. And this just has a tiny little Petal Pink border. Now I wanted to try squares today instead of circles. So we're going to use the stylish shapes and we're going to do squares. And I thought you could do a diamond, but you'd need to just go down to the smaller size. It was just in my mind to think that might work. And we're going to run this through the cut and emboss machine. So you see what I mean when we cut this, then that's going to be a raw edge. And you want that paper to be adhered to the card base. And now we'll run that through. Oh, Treasure, you're not late. I'm still trying to figure out what day it is. So here's our rectangle. Now this is just a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card base. You can use the side open, or there's ink, I don't know where that came, or the top open, but I kind of like the side myself. What a silly thing for me to say. I get ink all over everything. We'll just erase that off of there. And actually, it kind of looks like it came from my embossing plates. I wonder if they're dirty. Thank goodness we have these sand erasers. They're like a miracle. Now see this, that's why you want it glued. You don't want that to come open. Now this I can save for another card. And I will, because it sure is pretty. So that's our card front. And now we need the inside. And the inside is 8 by 5.25. And then it's scored at 4 and 6. So that's 8 by 5.25. And then we're going to fold our scored piece down. And fold this one back. If you can't remember which way it goes, just fold it, and then later on you'll be able to figure out how it goes in your card. So now it will go like this. And you just have a small little border around there. Now this is going to be a birthday card. So I pulled the birthday sentiment from Flowering Tulips that says, no one deserves a happier birthday than you. And we're going to stamp that first, because if we mess up, we don't want to have to throw this piece of paper away. I almost pulled out go-to greetings, but I wanted you guys to know I had other words, because I've been using go-to greetings a lot. I'm going to use one of the Pretty Little Flowers and just stamp that on the inside with Petal Pink. You could use a scrap of the DSP, you can stamp, your inside can be however you like. Now I have the extra pieces here. They're 5 and so this is 4 1/4, so 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. If you're doing 2 layers, then just, you know, go down 1/8 of an inch for your second layer. This would look pretty if I had put the second layer of Petal Pink, but I think this is fine. And sometimes we don't want our cards to be too heavy. The post office can get huffy about that. Now we're ready to put this on the inside. And we're just gonna put our Tombow or Tear and Tape or Stampin' Seal Plus, your favorite adhesive. Okay. Now I've already die cut a petal pink square that's the same size as this, but I want another piece using some DSP. Let's see which one I want to use. Not sure which one. I want it pink. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? That would. I don't know which side to use. All the sides are pretty. Let's see. Where's the one? This one. I'm going to have to use that one. I think that's pretty because it's going to pick up the colors here. And you could use white. It's just your preference. So we'll just, let's cut it so they're at an angle. Yeah, I like that. I'll go ahead and adhere that on there so those came out kind of angled. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can tell my phone is ringing, but I'm ignoring it, so. For right now. Now we'll put our little flowers. You can't let your image come outside your either square or circle. So you want to make sure that, you know, don't even let it hang over because then it won't pop out. But it can be right there at the edge. Well, I've been working on kits this morning, and then after this, I'm going to work on taxes. I'd rather be cleaning house, Cherie. I just can't deal with. But when I get them done, I'll be happy, won't I? Those are pretty little flowers, and we'll add some leaves. We can't let our leaves go over the edge. And when you die cut this one, you get an outside and an inside. And I think I'm going to use the inside. But I'm not sure where I'm going to put them. Maybe one up. 2. Yeah. We'll put 2 right there. So we'll have to put a little dab of glue. And it's enough to hold them down. And then this one. Now, see, this is not any harder than any other card you've made. And of course, if you keep the image real simple and easy, it'll be even easier. Let me go ahead and cut this one. We kind of forgot about. I love the fact that the dies cut out the paper. That makes for a quick card for you. Of course, if you want to change the color palette, then you stamp your own card on flowers. Now we're going to stamp on this flower. We're going to use the stamp from the set and it says, "Hooray, it's your day." I think that's a nice happy birthday sentiment. And it fits on there just right. We've got a couple more leaves we might use, and we'll wait and see. So now we're ready to put this together. Now, it would be pretty hard, I think, to get tape in here. So I suggest you use Tombow. And maybe a little more than usual. I'm just going to line that up in there. We're going to hold that down for a minute. We're going to put this one down here. I'm letting the ink pad hold that down. Let's put, we want it to get on there good. Now these, and now I've pulled a piece of, I'm going to cut a piece of this petal pink suede ribbon. It is so soft and, oh, it feels like velvet almost. And we're just going to make a little tail kind of tag for it to go underneath our little flower. So we need to put a glue dot in the center, so when we fold it over, it'll hold it. And then we'll put a glue dot on the back to hold it on our card. Right about, let's see, I might move that. No, we're going to move it all the way over here. Very carefully. Now we'll put this on with some glue dot, dimensionals, and that'll help hold that in place too. Make sure those dimensionals are holding that down. Now this can go over the edge, that's not a problem. I don't know if I like it crooked though. I'm not fond of crooked words. Let's see if we can't straighten those up. that's better. Sometimes I'll put them at an angle and sometimes not. We'll just put a leaf or two down there. I don't want to go over our edge. I want to make sure it goes in the envelope. Now there's our card. We've got to embellish it though. So another product in this bundle is called Loose Frosted Dots. You get all these beautiful jewels. They don't have adhesive on them, so they would make a fabulous shaker card, but you can also just stick them on your card with a glue dot. So we're going to put some glue dots on our card, and then we'll add one of these pretty shiny dots. So I'm just going to put that there, and I think the pink ones, well, maybe we need these kind of peachy colored ones. Those two are stuck together. They're kind of friends, aren't they? So no, that's not peach. It's yellow because it was stuck to get the pink. We're going to use the pink one. I don't think the yellow. It's pretty. I don't have a problem. I shouldn't say that. Let's see. We'll put a pink one here. There are different sizes, so you want to choose which size you want. And if you use the smaller one, then I would roll my the glue dot into a smaller shape so that it won't stick, you know, poke out from behind. And we'll put one down here. Maybe we'll put one of the tiny ones so you can just kind of pinch that glue dot and make it a little smaller. Aren't these are so pretty, and look how pretty and rich this is. Pretty peacock. That's so pretty. I'm so glad Pretty Peacock is coming back. It was one of my favorite colors. So here's our finished Popout card. I just don't think it was too hard at all. And it works well with the square or the circle. How's that? Pretty. Now let's see, where's our little bunny rabbit? So we have our little bunny rabbit one. This is out of stock until April, unfortunately. And then Petal Park. So all these pretty cards, same design, just different products. And this one being a square instead of circle. And I think you could probably do the stitched rectangle as long as you didn't go too large, and you would have a pretty card too. Or one of those seasonal labels would work. So many options. And it's pretty easy, isn't it? So, lots of choices. So, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to put this on your list for March 1st. I think you're going to want this Irresistible set. Talk to you later. Bye.